onto that thing.
Yeah,
Not
I know.
me. Thank you very much.
I'm kind of a thrill rider seeker.
you really?
Yeah, so I'll have to go down there and check that out.
Okay.
But you know, today you may need to dodge a few showers out there. In fact, if you're downtown or just east of downtown or up near the Woodlands, if you look carefully, Sherman, see that dark cloud in the distance there? That's actually a pretty heavy shower pushing away from Houston, but we've got a few more of them out there. So just keep that in mind as you make your way around town. Current temperatures holding in the lower 60s currently. Now, what you can expect over the coming days, clouds and rain return to the forecast. Temperatures turn warm and then significantly colder heading into next week. So here's what that looks like. We're talking about a warm day tomorrow. Temperatures back up into the mid 70s. Not tomorrow, for Wednesday, I should say. Then a weak front comes through, bringing us back down to about where we should be for this time of year. Keep in mind our average high temperature, 69 degrees for this time of year. So Thursday, Friday should be pretty close to that. A little warmer there on Saturday, and a strong cold front pushes through Saturday afternoon. And look what happens to our temperatures. They plummet Sunday into Monday. We're talking about high temperatures back down in the mid 40s, it looks like. So winter not quite done with us yet. There's a look at the radar across southeast Texas, a little bit more active than we had anticipated, seeing some heavy downpours up there just around the Spring area, right along 99, Burnham Woods, getting out towards Townsend Boulevard. Also over here on the east side of Houston, just getting ready to cross over the Beltway there, zooming right on in. This passed right through the downtown area and is now out towards Oats Prairie, getting out towards Cloverleaf and just north of Greens Bayou, and then also up here again towards the Grand Parkway, just around the Spring area, out along just to the north of 1960. We've got more showers developing out to the west, and these may end up pushing into the area heading into the afternoon. So right now our 30% chance of rain looks to be pretty good. May actually have to increase that. We'll continue to watch these trends as we get into the evening hours. Of course, Casey Musgraves playing over there at the NRG Center. All right, there's a look at the storm threat. This is heading into tomorrow. We could see a hail threat with any of the stronger thunderstorms that push through the region for tomorrow, but really not looking like an overall severe weather threat. Just a rain threat heading into your Tuesday. Now, things turn pretty interesting as we get into the forecast here. This takes us into Tuesday. You can see that widespread rain across the Houston area. By Wednesday, scattered showers remain across southeast Texas. Thursday, rain chances go down a little bit, but then a very strong cold front begins to cross over the Red River into Dallas. And then look what happens as we get into Sunday, very early in the morning, rain breaks out ahead of a front, but then turning sharply colder. In fact, the computer model here painting a lot of snow and ice from about Conroe on up to the north. Now ask me, do I believe that this is going to happen? The answer is not yet, okay? So we're going to continue to watch this, but I think the bottom line here is that we can expect some sharply colder temperatures as we head into next week. As far as the future track goes for today and heading into tomorrow, you'll notice the increase in showers. Look at this, by 4 o'clock, we're looking at a wet commute for tomorrow morning. So definitely maybe set the alarm a little early, wake up with Steph Simmons. She'll keep you updated on the roadways, but that rain will be pushing through all afternoon, it looks like, so about a 60 to a 70% chance of some heavier rain heading into your Tuesday. As far as temperatures go, basically 63, 64 degrees, not a bad afternoon at all, a little bit cooler than where we should be for this time of year. Then temperatures go up as we get into Tuesday. We're talking about near 70, how about 78 degrees, near 80 on Wednesday, 68 on Thursday, so we're kind of up and down, up and down. And look at Sunday into Monday, a high of 50 on Sunday, how about 45 on Monday.
That is like a rodeo carnival
it's like ride. That ride. That's
down,
right. That thrill ride. Exactly.
Thank you. Hey, fans going gaga over this